I'm Mackenzie, and today I'm going to be making the caprese garlic bread. So my oven is already preheated to 400 degrees. And the first thing we are going to be doing is taking the garlic and softened butter mixture and spreading it onto the bread. So I'm taking little dollops of butter and just putting it all over the bread. So now I'm going to evenly spread the butter out. So now I'm going to take the butter and just put it in the sink because it's empty. So now we're moving on to the pesto, and I'm changing the recipe a little bit by using pesto because I like pesto but not my entire family does, so I'm doing one with pesto and one without pesto. So you only want to use a little bit because it's a very strong flavor. So now I'm just taking a little bit on my spoon and just doing dollops down the middle of my bread. Now I'm just going to spread it all over. So the pesto is all done. Now I'm going to take a lot of the mozzarella cheese and do 2 rows on both pieces of the bread. And when I say rows, I just mean like right next to each other. Put it on this slice. So now the cheese is all set, and now I'm going to be putting it in the oven for 15 minutes or till the cheese is all melted and the bread is brown. Came out of the oven really nice, the cheese is nice and melted and the bread is nice and toasted. So now we are going to take the tomatoes and just spread them out evenly all over the bread. But tomatoes aren't really my forte, so I don't really like them. So this one's kind of based off of what I like, so I'm only going to do a couple on there. Okay, now for this one, I'm just going to put probably about 3 of them. So now I'm going to be taking just a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper and just sprinkle it all over. A little bit of pepper. That's good. So now I'm just going to be taking a little bit of basil and just sprinkling it all over for this bread. Now, since pesto already has basil in it, we don't need to use any of the basil. So while the bread was in the oven, I took a ½ cup of balsamic vinegar and boiled it on the stove until it was reduced halfway. So our last step is I'm going to take some of the balsamic vinegar and just lightly drizzle it on top of the bread. So you can make this look however you want. So that should be enough. And that's all for the recipe. So I cut it. Now the final step is to test it out and see if it tastes good. That's really, really good. If you ever had a panini, that's what it tastes like. It's really good. And it's a perfect snack. So that's all for my video. Hope you guys enjoyed.